What's going on, everybody? Mortem here, and today we are talking Blood Hunt, the Vampire the Masquerade Battle Royale. The game nobody asked for, but was announced and everyone went, I guess we'll see how this goes. Blood Hunt will be a free-to-play battle royale that will release later in the year, probably towards the holidays, I imagine. And right now, they are doing a closed alpha test over the weekend. Now, as this video should tell you, there is not an NDA attached to this, which means people are free to stream it and everything. Nonetheless, however, I want to stress that this is a closed alpha, which for those not super acquainted with video game terms, basically means it's not done. More specifically, and kind of generally, because this does actually vary studio to studio, alpha, more often than not, means that the systems are still actively being worked on. And then beta usually means that the systems are done, but they're still tweaking content and smashing bugs and things. Whereas in alpha, typically speaking, there are portions of the game that are just straight up not done. However, the game itself is usually playable, although maybe not completable. But again, that varies studio to studio. Now, I'm going to level with you guys. I don't care about battle royales. However, I do like Vampire the Masquerade, so when I got invited to this, I was like, yeah, I'll check it out because I like VTM. So the general setup for those more interested in Vampire the Masquerade than Battle Royales is that basically there's a sort of anarch uprising in Prague, and you, as a vampire, are tasked with a blood hunt to put them down, hence the name of the game. Now, I believe there's supposed to be a small, actual story that goes along with the game, but it doesn't really seem to be implemented yet, so I don't know what the full story is there. However, in addition to hunting down anarchs, which is really just either the enemy team or all the other players if you're playing solo, and yes, for the record, anyone that is not you is basically considered an anarch, despite obviously them also being under the impression that you are an anarch. But in addition to that, there will be a Second Inquisition force known as the Entity. If you are unfamiliar with Vampire the Masquerade, the Second Inquisition is basically governmental forces that are aware that vampires exist, whereas the general public is not. But the Entity is, in short, simply vampire hunters. Now, I personally was curious how they were going to blend Vampire the Masquerade with a battle royale, because VTM is more about, maintaining the masquerade of being a vampire, not letting humans know you exist. And a battle royale is kind of the antithesis of that. Well, the general gist is that Prague is in a lockdown, so there's not a lot of humans about to begin with, and that you're trying to put these anarchs down to maintain the masquerade, so it's kind of going for that angle. Now, when you first fire up the game, it does give a tutorial on some of the unique aspects of the game, which are, feeding on humans to regen your life. You will find humans throughout the map. And with the new 5th edition of VTM, I mean, not really new at this point, but in general new, those humans will have blood resonances, which means feeding on specific humans will give you a buff, which will typically reduce the cooldown of one of your clan abilities, which we'll get to, and just gives you various buffs. So you'll obviously be able to climb walls and stuff. You're very mobile as you are a vampire, so, running up walls, jumping very high. You will also be able to pick a clan. Currently, all that is in the alpha is Nosferatu, Bruja, and Toreador. Now, they've already confirmed they'll be adding Ventru for sure, as well as several other classes, but beyond Ventru, no specific class is confirmed, besides the fact that they are going to add more. Now, each clan comes with archetypes, clan abilities, and archetype abilities. So basically, as it stands right now, each clan can pick 2 archetypes. Archetypes will have a specific ability for their archetype, and then they'll still be able to use their clan ability. Each clan, of course, gets a specific ability that they can use. Now, archetypes usually also come with a specific passive as well, which helps you do something. For instance, the Nosferatu passive for the Saboteur lets you go half invisible when you're crouching. So just little stuff like that. Now, in addition to this, you will be able to customize your character because this is a free-to-play game, so expect a lot of cosmetics. However, there is some basic stuff available as well, which is what is available in the alpha. I did mostly want to mention here, however, that for each clan and archetype choice that you pick, you can customize that particular character's look individually of all your other characters. And then when you go to actually start a match from your hub area, Elysium, you will be able to pick at the start of that match which of those character types you would like to play as, which then affects your appearance and stuff that you've set up for that character for that match. Which brings me to the Elysium area. This is just sort of a hub area where you can talk to your clan primogens, which I think will have more to do with the story that's supposed to be added, or at least that I heard was going to be added. And whereas presumably you will be able to chat with other players, however that is not in the alpha right now, but you can see other players running around, and I assume this is where you're going to be able to chat with them, at least outside of the actual Battle Royale. But the very last thing that I wanted to mention to wrap this up is that if you break the Masquerade in the Battle Royale, that is to say you kill a human or you use your powers in front of humans and break the Masquerade, you yourself will be blood hunted. And basically what this means in gameplay terms is that you are lit up on the map, meaning that all the other players know exactly where you are and they will come to try to kill you, which is fun because that is basically the premise of the in-game VTM blood hunt, which is to say that when a vampire breaks the Masquerade in the actual games, they would typically be the subject of a blood hunt where basically they would be tracked down and killed for breaking the Masquerade. So nice touch that they were able to integrate there. But there you go, guys. There is some info and some gameplay on Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. Hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making it, even though it's not really up my alley typically. If you did enjoy the video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. But regardless of any of that, truly, just thank you so much for watching. May you wander in wisdom and have an amazing day.